guy, Steve Delmonte, co-race director, Challenge Atlantic City. As you can see right now, I am at Triathlon Park at Bader Field here in Atlantic City. The backdrop, the skyline, is behind me. When you come here the morning of the event, this is all going to be lit up, bright lights, big city for you. Today what we're going to be doing is a course preview for the bike. Okay, so we're going to get in the car, we're going to be filming, and we're going to show you the ins and outs of the bike course. Is it going to be 100% of the bike course? No, it's not going to be 100%. It's going to be about 91.5% of our bike course today. So you will see the Atlantic City Expressway. You will see how we get off and back onto the expressway. And you will also see the world-famous town of Hamilton, New Jersey, the blueberry capital of the world. So stay tuned for some course previews. This is a first time for the Challenge family here in the United States. We're excited to produce Challenge Atlantic City. Robert Vigorito, the legend, and myself will be doing this race. We're going to be taking you through parts of Atlantic City and Atlantic County that you might have not known existed. Atlantic City and the state of New Jersey in general are so much more than what you may see on TV, and our course preview today will show you that.
So tell me, how did it come about? You know, why Challenge? You know, they're primarily a European company. You know, what enticed Challenge to talk to you, and what enticed you to talk to Challenge?
Challenge didn't want to talk to me. Challenge wanted to talk to Rob Vigorito, the world-famous race director, and him and I had a great relationship, and he said, "Are you interested?" to me. And I said, absolutely, I would love to work with you. And he got the ball rolling with Challenge, and we took it from there. And everything happened in a relatively short period of time, and we were able to, it really didn't take much convincing for the city of Atlantic City and Atlantic County. We told them the positives of what triathlon can bring to the community. We've already had a great reputation here in Atlantic City, and they were eager to make this happen.
Oh, I absolutely agree. As an athlete, I've always said that the Atlantic City International was far and away the greatest Olympic distance race on the entire East Coast. So I can understand Atlantic City wanting to do more work with you guys.
So at this point in the course, right now we're on 322, and again, this is all coned off for you. You don't have to worry about any cars at this point. We're going to get on the Atlantic City Expressway here. That's right, this is blazing fast, and the funniest part about this portion of the course, there's a speed limit on it, and it tells you not to go faster than, I believe, on the turn up here is 15 miles an hour, which is humorous, because you know we're going to be flying through this section on a bicycle.
There it is, guys, 15 miles an hour.
There it is. So we come up over the overpass here for the expressway, follow the ramp, which places us directly down onto the Atlantic City Expressway, which will be coned off for you. So we're going to have cones separating cars and bikes. It will be very safe. This is something that we have done in the past, and we have done so safely. So this lane that you're on right here, this is all us. There will be no cars to our left. This whole entire lane here is for bicycles. So just pretend in front of you, you have nothing but open road. All right, and we also have access to the shoulder, which is a big deal. So the shoulder and right-hand lane of the expressway belong to us. We own it. It's for you so that you can have the safest and fastest bicycle ride. We'll be taking this course up through the toll. We will go through the toll. Okay, leave your Easy Pass at home. And once we go through the toll, we will stick to the right of this right-hand side of the road and go to the exit 4 off-ramp. once we get to the exit 4 off-ramp, we will then navigate our way through Pleasantville, and which takes about 2 or 3 miles and to the Atlantic City International Airport. And from there, we will head out to the expressway.
Guys, I got to tell you, to me, this is one of the coolest things that you will ever do in triathlon. When will be the next time that you can honestly say you took your tri-bike through a toll plaza?
Yeah, it's definitely, it doesn't exist anywhere that we know of. And again, at this point, we're going to be staying to the far right-hand side of the road. That we keep the right at this point. We're just going through the easy pass here because it's just a lot easier.
Exactly.
And we will be on the right-hand side of the road,
which we are getting to right now.
That's right.
And we get off at exit 4, guys, which, by the way, is also the turnaround for the International.
Correct. In September, for our Atlantic City International Triathlon, this is the point where we get to the top of the ramp here, and we make a left and get back on the expressway, but not for Challenge Atlantic City. When we get to this portion here, we're going to make a right.
Which, by the way, what we went up, ladies and gentlemen, is probably one of the highest climbs of elevation you'll see on the entire race course.
Yeah, there's not much climbing going on here.
No, this is going to be flat, fast, and just fast.
Correct. So we make a right onto Franklin Road here, and we continue until we hit Reading Avenue. Now this is Pleasantville. This is right outside of Atlantic City. It's residential, and all this will be for you. We're going to have detours around this for cars, and this is going to be road for cyclists for Challenge Atlantic City. You go past this 2 times, on the way out and the way back.
Now, Steve, all of these stop signs, everything's here. This is all coned out, right?
Correct. There's going to be no vehicular traffic on these roads.
So all of these stop signs for the athletes that day do not exist.
Right. There'll be police at every intersection allowing you to cross over and without having to worry about cars. So, and again, you got to imagine, this portion of the course is only busy for the beginning and the end. This is a mile marker, 4.5 right on the course.
Right.
And likewise, mile marker like 108.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of race besides this one road. So I guess what you can say is, once you get off the expressway, there's going to be about 2 to 4 miles of, not even that, I'd say 2 to 3 miles of going through residential areas and making your way to more, I guess you could say, freer road. As you can see, Reading Road opens up pretty nicely here.
Yes, it does.
There will be no parked cars on the road at this point. So you'll just have a lot of trees, there'll be a lot of green, some houses, but we believe it's the safest way to get you to and from the Atlantic City Expressway. There's a reason we've gotten off the expressway at this point, because we can't close interchanges 5, 7, 9, and 12 on the Atlantic City Expressway.
Oh, one of them's the Parkway.
Correct. One of them's the Parkway. It's the busiest interchange in the state of New Jersey for the Atlantic City Expressway. So we're going to be making a right now onto Route 9. And once we make the right on Route 9, we'll then be making a left onto Delilah Road. Again, this is going to be coned off. Cyclists will be on the right-hand side of the road, and athletes will have police monitoring the intersection for us to then make the left onto Delilah Road.
How long did it take you to build all these courses? And what gave you the inspiration? And you had an already built course in Shoreman, which is a stone's throw away. What made you say, well, I want to come up with something new and innovative? I mean, besides new and innovative is very cool in our sport.
There's a reason we're doing it this way, and we know of the Shoreman course. We love those guys from DQ, but unlike Shoreman, we're starting in Atlantic City.
Right.
And in order for us to make this safe, there's a series of train tracks that we need to go over. And we can't get over those train tracks unless we hit an overpass, and that exists in Hamilton, New Jersey. And so that's why we are where we are. So that's why we're utilizing these roads, correct?
Very good. I knew of the train track thing. I remember from your awesome briefing to the folks at Jersey Shore Tri Club, you were talking about the train tracks, and I kept scratching my head thinking, how are we going to stop some of the pros, who are going 25, 27 miles an hour? How are we going to get them to stop for a choo-choo train?
It's not happening. You don't stop the train. There's only one guy really in the world that stops a train, and that's the President of the United States. Outside of that, it's not happening. It doesn't matter what event's taking place. So we needed to make our way around these train tracks, which takes us through some of the communities outside of the Atlantic City Expressway. So again, we've made our way from Atlantic City. We've gotten off the expressway. We're now going through Pleasantville. And again, this lasts very short. It's not long at all. We're going to have the road coned off for our athletes, and we're going to detour vehicles so that this will be for you. It will be safe. I guarantee you that, folks. This is going to be safe and controlled.
I really like that. I like hearing the constant refrain of safety. No one makes a living. No one makes a living in triathlon. We all go to work on Monday morning, so safety is absolutely key. And I really like the fact that you and Vigo are really emphasizing the safety thing.
That's correct. And as you can see, Delilah Road's now opened up. So, we had to get through a little bit of traffic. You can't expect to get out of a metropolitan area without hitting a little bit of traffic.
Absolutely.
But again, that's for us to worry about, not for the athlete to worry about. It's our job to plan this thing out so that you have a safe and fast course, and we're going to do that. As you can see here, yes, there are cars on the road. We will be detouring traffic to let them know, unless they would like to wait at the light and spend an eternity at the light, because you're going to have the right-of-way, athletes, to use a different road for the one day of the summer that we do this. So as you can see, we're now coming across Fire Road. This is another major road in South Jersey.
Absolutely. That
we have to navigate past. And remember, people thought this couldn't be done. People thought that this type of an event could not be done, and what we're showing them is through collaboration with the neighboring communities. Let's start from the top. The state of New Jersey, Atlantic County, Atlantic City, Pleasantville, Hamilton, all the communities involved here, and the different agencies, be it the SJTA and the New Jersey Department of Transportation and all these different entities, that yes, it can be done. It just takes planning. And that's what we're doing, and that's why we're out here today.
Well, I think two of the things that came together that made this work is the fact that, one, you have Vigo with you, and the other is you've put on such a quality presentation with the Atlantic City International that I think people trust your skills and what you bring to the table in organizing a race.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Rob Vigorito is one of the all-time great race directors in the world.
Right.
And he's the other half of this operation when it comes down to planning. There's going to be no stone left unturned. And so that's what the athletes can take solace in, and also that the entire community and government believe in this event. I mean, when you get that kind of cooperation, you're going to do okay. It's going to be a great event. Everybody can trust that. So right now we are probably 7 miles from the race site, and you can see it's already opened up. There's a shoulder on the right-hand side of the road. It's smooth sailing now until we make our way towards the airport circle, which we will get to. And for those of you that live in the area, the airport circle could be in a very interesting place around here. But we're going to detour around that, and we're going to utilize an access road that goes around the airport circle, and we will be utilizing the base of the 177th Airborne, and that allows us to negotiate our way around the circle and all that mess of traffic. We can go completely around that. So we're excited about that. And as you can see, man, now
look at the road, smooth as glass.
That's right, and you can expect really about 100 miles worth of this quality of road for the course, and we're excited about that. So,
I mean, ever the slightest rollers with flat smooth road. Oh, this is a winner.
Totally. And we're going to be making our way. I think we have to make a right here.
Yep, the FAA Tech Center. What was that in?
Correct. You're here. So we're making a right here. That circle's up in front of us over there. We're not going anywhere near that. We're making a right here. Which will be for us. This road will be for us. This will be a great area that we have a bottle exchange as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And there'll be nothing but bicycles going through here for the day of the event.
How many aid stations do you plan for the course?
We should have one probably every 10 miles.
Okay.
So to speak.
So pretty standard.
Yeah, standard. Anything that you'd see in your normal 140.6 is what we'll have, and I'm sure we'll go above and beyond.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
That's right. So at this point, we're going to follow the road, and we're going to make a right.
Oh, coming up to the airport.
Coming up to Atlantic City Airport. So we're going to stay in the right-hand lane. We're going to stay in the right-hand lane, and we're going to have troopers here that are going to hold traffic up front so that we can make a left to go through the 177th Airborne Base, which is dynamite. Dynamite. So that will be up here. Which is Bird Highway.
Yep, here it comes.
So again, we're going to go straight. There'll be a trooper here stopping traffic so that cars can make so bikes can make the left onto Bird Highway.
But since we can't make that today,
well, we can make the left to the gate right now is what we're going to do. The left will go to the gate, and folks, that gate will be for us, so we'll go straight through there.
See how it's opening for us? That's what it'll look like on race day.
Except there'll be troopers with guns.
Nice.
Alright, at this point, we're making a left on Drosera. Making a left on Drosera off of Tilton Road. Plenty of cover here.
And a very nice road surface, too, I might add.
Yeah, our road surfaces here, they're really, really good. You can't get any better than the AC Expressway. I mean, that's built for high-speed travel, and that's what we plan on our cyclists to be doing, is a lot of high-speed travel.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's for the well-conditioned athlete and the experienced cyclist, for the triathlete who says, the bike is going to go to my event. I mean, this is going to be a hammer fest. I have every belief that with the course that you guys are building, there's going to be a lot of bike split PRs being done in June.
Well, we hope so. And what we'll also tell you is, right now we're in November, and we're out here, we're filming the course. This course could change a little bit. You never know what can happen, what happens to a road, or it could change a little bit. But what we're showing you I would say is going to be 90% accurate come race day. And then if it turns out that it's not, we'll have a new video out there that it is. But
absolutely,
this is what we've presented to Atlantic County OEM, which is Office of Emergency Management. This is what everyone has tentatively agreed to. There's still a lot of planning that takes place, but we're very confident that this is going to be the way for our athletes. So we want to give it to you as early as we can, which is the goal of what we're trying to do here. So from Drosera, we're going to make a left on Leipzig Avenue, which should be coming up. That's correct. It's right here.
And again, there'll be police and everyone.
Absolutely. There's no question. Anywhere we're going to have turns and stop signs. We're going to have an officer of the law. We're going to have flashing lights. We're going to make sure that our athletes are safe. Now, that's it. It's the only way we'll do it.
I have to say, so far we're maybe 10 miles in, 11 miles in, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm already very excited looking at this course.
Yeah,
I think the athletes are going to be stoked when they see this video, and even more stoked, hopefully when they come out for that training camp that you guys are setting up, which I think everyone should go to if they have the ability. And then on race day when they see this is just gorgeous.
Absolutely. The only parts of this course that you can't really do is the expressway. Right. There's only 1 day a year that you're able to do that. Two, actually. There's 2 days a year. Other than that, you can't do it. So we're going to be taking Leipzig right to the Atlantic City Expressway on-ramp, which will be coming up ahead on the right. So, as everyone has already seen, to get through Pleasantville, yeah, it's congested. We're going to control it. We're going to cone it. We're going to man it. We're going to have the necessary officers controlling the situation, and we'll get through it. But it is minimal when you talk about the total 112-mile bike course that we will be doing. So here it is, expressway entrance, and this is where we will be for the next 14 miles to exit 28. We're going to be blazing up the Atlantic City Expressway to beautiful Hamilton, New Jersey, where, mind you, the day of the event, they're going to be holding their Blueberry Festival. If some of you don't know, Hamilton is the blueberry capital of the world. This is a very big day for Hamilton, a very big day. And when we said we would like to bring this event to you on your most special day, a lot of people might have thought that, you know what, there's already something going on, but Hamilton was gracious. They said, wonderful, we can have people come to our town and see what we're all about, show them our beautiful festival, and in the midst, throw a world-class triathlon in between.
Win a chicken dinner.
That's it. So for the next 14 miles, this is your road surface. It gradually goes uphill, people. Now remember, we're getting further and further from the ocean. All right, so it does gradually go uphill, but what I guarantee you is the way back, expect to average 4 to 5 miles an hour more than you normally would. Now again, that all takes, we got to find out what the winds are doing. But if you're going uphill against the wind on the way out to Hamilton, heading west, and you get the wind at your back going downhill, you're going to rip the expressway out, which will be really nice. So as you can see, it's gradually going uphill. This is what we call a false flat.
Yep.
It's a false flat, but what we give you in return is pristine road surface. You can't ask for anything more than that. Now again, you'll see to your right, and you can clearly see it through the camera's view here, look at that wide shoulder that you have. That's where you're going to be riding. You're going to be in that wide shoulder. The lane we're in will be kept clear most of the time because we're going to use this as a buffer lane for you. That's right, a buffer lane. That's how we keep you safe on a superhighway. No cars are allowed in this lane. The only thing we'll have in this lane are Challenge official vehicles, USAT officials, our SAG wagons, support things like that. Now there are times where we have to merge you into this lane here, not this lane, but the one over to the right, and we'll do that and we'll control that. But we have the tolls coming up in front of us here, and we're going to simply stay to the right. And if you have Easy Pass, Rob, I believe every lane accepts Easy Pass. You can stay to the right here.
Well, then we are going to stay to the right so we can give the athlete the full experience.
Yeah, so, exit 17, that'll be shut down for this race. No cars will be going, exiting off the expressway while you're trying to go straight. You don't have to worry about that. They can't do that. All right, they have to get off at 14 either to get here. So we're just going to be heading straight here and keeping right. Look at this nice, big, wide, paved shoulder is for you.
Look how smooth that is. That is just ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't get many road surfaces like that.
No.
We're excited about it. So we just stay to the right. Stay to the right in this lane. This toll booth will be shut down for you. I'm sure we'll probably have a photographer and a timing mat maybe to give you access and to give you some cool pictures. Again, there will be no cars, so you don't have to worry about people stopping in front of you to pay the toll. As you can see, we have Easy Pass. We're going to roll right through.
Yes, we are.
And now, that's it. 17 to 28.
Hammer time.
It's hammer time.
Now, how close are you guys to inking your agreement for nutritionals and things like that for on course?
Well, right now it's November. It's closer to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And our nutritionals, we should have those in the next month. I mean, we're making sure we do it right. We're not rushing anything. We're not just going to sign with the supplement company because.
Just because.
We want to make sure it's the right nutrition, that it agrees with most athletes' sentiments, and that it's a good deal all around. It's a win-win-win for everybody. We're not just going to go with someone because they throw free product our way. It's got to be a great product, number one.
Right.
That's it. It's got to be a great product. So there you go. If you just keep going straight, it's 37 miles to Philadelphia from this point. And which I just think those signs are really neat. But look at this bike service is just incredible. It's just incredible.
No, it doesn't get any better than this. I'd always thought that, out of all the triathlons I've done in the past, I always thought that the bike course on the AC International was far and away the greatest experience I'd had to this date, and I think that's going to be just up until this June.
Yeah. That's it's special. It's something that was never done before, and we believe in anything is possible.
Yes.
And you can do anything if you plan accordingly and work hard for it. And that goes with completing your first 140.6 to producing your first, what would be my first 140.6. Mr. Vigorito has put on a handful of these events, and he's competed in Kona 6 times, and he's worked the finish line at Kona 15 times. I mean, the man knows how to produce an event. So there's 40 plus years of race directing experience going into this event, and we just believe it's going to lead to the ultimate athlete experience, because that's what it's all about.
I like the thing that you had said at that Tri Club meeting with Jersey Shore Tri Club, when you said that you and Robert were trying to put on an experience that folks would have to get on an airplane for.
That's what it's all about. For me in particular, doing this, I'm a shore guy. That's what I am. I'm from the Wildwoods. Exit 6, exit 4B off the Garden State Parkway. I've been there my entire life. So for me to do anything cool, I've always had to travel. I'd had to go to Florida, or go to California, or the Virgin Islands, or and to do something of just uber coolness. And
yes.
that was when I started doing event production, Delmo Sports. I started thinking, well, why can't we do that here? We have everything. We have everything anybody else has, minus some hills. But I'll tell you what, folks. I will take hills over a headwind any day. Oh. And we got plenty of wind here for people. So don't you worry about that. So my belief was, we have world-class beaches. We have some of the most gorgeous shore towns in the country. Why not bring the ultimate coolness, the ultimate awesomeness in events here? And that's what I started doing. I started upping my game in Wildwood, starting to do the things that other triathlons did, starting with as little as finisher medals and going as going as far as to, you know, unreal shirts and unbelievable breakfast buffets and prize giveaways and closing down the causeway there and you know, giving away peer passes, all types of stuff for the athlete that they just don't get normally.
Right.
You have to go someplace to get those types of amenities. And then we did Atlantic City International, and we said, you know what? We're going to close the highway down. We're going to use the highway for the bike course. I don't know of any place else that does that outside. I know New York City does it. I know they do it down in Miami, and I'm like, you know what? We do it here along the shore too now.
Exactly.
Boom. Let's shut the highway down.
And I have to admit, as an athlete, when I saw your advertisement on the web saying, you know, ride the AC Expressway, I have to admit, I was like, yeah, okay, you know, because you're so innovative that you took your game to where other people don't even think it can go.
Well,
I didn't even
that's exactly right. People just said impossible.
Yeah.
Don't even think impossible.
I was one of them.
And anything's possible.
It really is, and you've created a monster of an Olympic event. You know, your second year race shirt, you know, is borderline business casual / uber cool.
That's outstanding. That's just outstanding. So, and we decided to take it even further than that. We said, you know what? Why don't we have a race where we jump off of a boat? We got plenty of boats down here in Jersey.
Chock full of them.
We got a lot of boats, and we have one of the best boats in the Cape May Lewis Ferry. And that idea was a culmination of a few minds, and not necessarily in the same room, but we said, here we go. Let's escape the Cape. You know, you don't have to go to San Francisco to escape.
Nope.
I did. I went. And I think if you're a triathlete, it's one of those items you got to do one time.
Oh, absolutely.
It's at least one time. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I respect that event, which is why I wanted to create something just like it for us down over here that, you know, you don't have $1,500 to drop on airfare and another $1,000 for a hotel and another $300 for bike transport and all those different things. It's like, you know what? I can escape the Cape, and it's only an hour and a half from my house.
Absolutely.
What's better than that?
There really isn't. I mean, the one thing that I've always said about your company, Stephen, is that you are far and away one of the most innovative event directors we have right now. You're taking advantage of conditions and things like the Cape May Ferry and using them to create events that provide maximum athlete value.
Well, you just said the key to what you're talking about, Rob, is value. What are you getting for your dollar? And my events are not the cheapest events to do. And I know that. But what we offer you is the safest of courses. And to do that doesn't come free.
Correct.
We give you premier amenities. Everything from your awards to your shirts to your post-race meal, which I will take the Pepsi challenge with anyone on their post-race meal. We do it right.
Absolutely.
We do it. You're going to get hot food from us. You're going to get hot eggs, sausage, bacon, muffins, pretzels, coffee, juice, fresh fruit, the works. Why? You deserve it.
That's right. And as anyone who's ever seen me knows, I've very rarely missed a meal, and I can tell you, the post-race munchathon at Delmo Sports events are world class.
Definitely, and one of the other things that we do at Delmo Sports is we give you free event photography. I'm not talking just a finish line photo. I'm talking every photo of you on the course. It's free.
Now, will that continue for the challenge event?
We are working on it. So I can't promise you anything. Again, remember, it's not just a Delmo and Big O Sports production. It's also a Challenge family, and there are certain things in place that we have to incorporate. So we're working on that. So at this point here, we're coming up to exit 28. Hamilton, as you can see, pristine brand new road surface here.
With blueberry bushes all over the place.
All over. So we're going to be making a right at this point and going through the maintenance yard. Now, we're not going to do it right now because we can't.
Right.
But the day of the event, we're going to take you to the right here, and I'm turning the camera and you'll see the right. We're not going to do it now, but it's for authorized vehicles only. This is where you're going to go, and which we can't right now. You're going to go in here, all right? And we'll pick it back up right when we get off. So right now, we're going to turn back off of here and head on to exit 28. And this is where all the other cars are going to go, but we're going to go into that maintenance yard, the South Jersey Transportation Authority's maintenance yard. That's where we're going to go. And this is just for regular vehicular traffic. So we won't be on this portion right here. And the SJTA was gracious enough to say, hey, why don't you use our maintenance yard to go through so you don't have to mesh with cars, which we think is outstanding. So at this point, we're safely merging onto the road. We're going to have a lane of traffic here so that you don't have to worry about it. And just to the right here, I have the camera to the right. This is where you're going to be popping out of, right here. It's called Trooper Lane. We come out of Trooper Lane, and we're going to stay to the right, and we're going to go straight to 2nd Avenue. Straight to 2nd Avenue, and almost immediately, from exiting the expressway, we're going to make a right here on 2nd Avenue, which will be closed to cars. Okay, this will be closed to cars. It'll be just bikes. Immediately upon exiting the expressway, we make a right onto 2nd Avenue, and we are now in the country.
Oh yeah, we're in the sticks.
We're in the country.
Complete with roller skating rink.
Yes. So this is going to be closed to cars. Now, is this going to be 100% closed a la Tour de France? No. There are people that live out here, people. And you cannot shut someone's road down for 10 hours without them going ballistic on you. So what we're doing is we're not allowing any through traffic. If someone lives on this road, we're absolutely going to allow them to access their home. They will be notified well in advance of what is taking place in their community, to be cautious, to be vigilant, to please only use the road when they have to. But this is where the responsibility of the athlete comes into play, where we say, hey, you need to ride with your head up.
Right.
You need to know that there are other things that take place that you don't have control over, nor do we.
Right.
Nor do we. So you must ride with your head up and be respectful of anything that you may see on the road. There's plenty of room out here for everyone, and we're going to do the best that we can to give you the safest course. But just remember, even though we'll be detouring traffic, even though we're going to send, the VMS boards will be out for weeks in advance, and we're going to send out mailers to everyone who lives along the road, someone is not going to have any clue what's taking place that day.
Or care.
Or care. And remember, it's a 112-mile bike course. If a car is in front of you for 30 seconds, remember, you're probably only going 20 miles an hour.
Right.
It's not the end of the world, people. And we will remove that car or ask them nicely or have a police officer come up and escort them off the course. So just so that you know, this is not the Olympics. But this will be world-class in production. We just simply can't shut down 112 miles of road all at once.
No, and the thing that the athletes have to remember too is when you're out there, be nice to the locals, because the nicer you are to the locals, it makes it that much easier for Robert and Steven to go back next year and get ChallengeUSA back for a second year.
You're 100% correct. Remember, The locals, we need to respect. We're using their community.
Right.
Without them, this event can't happen.
It's not going to happen, right?
And so we're aware of that. And remember, most of the people you're going to find out on this bike course that are volunteering are locals.
Correct.
And so they're embracing this event. And you know what? We know that if you're already a triathlete, and you probably already are, this probably isn't your first race, you know the importance of these people. You know the importance of volunteers, how events don't happen without them.
The volunteer is equally as important as the athlete, because they don't work without each other.
That is correct, and I would even go as far as saying they're more important, because there is no race. There is no race without the volunteer.
That's right.
And you know what? I think we all realize that, and we all respect that. So as you can see here, we are in the country. We have a beautiful road in front of us. We are surrounded by trees and blueberry fields. If you're not from the area, this is New Jersey. Yes. This is what New Jersey is. This is what we know New Jersey is. It's not, the opening credits of a certain HBO special where all you see are refineries and concrete highways. It's not what you find on MTV. That's part of us, so we embrace that part of us, but this is the majority of what we are, which are country roads and some of the best farmland in the United States, which is why we're the Garden State. So at this point, we come to this stop sign. This is Atlantic County Road 640. We make a left, and this is also known as Weymouth Road. We make a left on Weymouth Road, and this is I guess you could say, this is our mountain section. If you can look at it, we got a couple of rollers here, and really that's about it.
Oh, look, it's Papa Bear.
Yeah. Yeah. So on either side of you, again, really nothing but farms. We have a few residences, but we have some major blueberry farm producers in the area, and this is what it is. If you look ahead of you, you'll see the sign in front of us is tractors crossing. And that's what you get. So you got your blueberry farms here on the left and the right. You got your farm machinery crossing signs. I mean, that's not uncommon in these parts.
And for those of you guys from out of state, when you get here and you get down here, Thursday for the race or whatever day you get here, try to get out here for two reasons. One, some course familiarization. Yeah, you guys are going to be spinning to this video throughout the winter, but most importantly, come out here and buy a jar of this blueberry jam. This stuff is awesome. If you've never had it, oh my goodness. Yeah,
this is, and we'll get to it later on in the video. This is, downtown Hamilton, which you'll see later on. I mean, it's a beautiful, quaint, little classic Americana downtown. There's a festival taking place. There's restaurants. There's a couple places to get some adult beverages. Mm-hmm. There's some shopping. Definitely a place to pick up a souvenir or two. And what you see today won't compare to what you see race day. When I tell you fencing and bleachers and inflatables and music and the police presence and just the crowds, and we're going to do it twice. We're going to do that twice. It's going to be something special, and we're looking forward to it. So what we're coming up to right now is the whole reason we're out here. This is the overpass to the railroad tracks. This is why we're coming out as far as we are from Atlantic City. This is the only way to get north going over the railroad tracks. Otherwise, you can't do the event. So this is it.
We're going to go extra slow with this because I want you guys to see this, because if you could see my face, you can see my jaw just hit the floor, because I've lived in the Jersey Shore all my life and I never realized this. So we are going extra slow over this because this is astounding. This is special.
Yeah, when you're trying to go north of the expressway, there's only one place there's an overpass to get over the railroad tracks, and that's Weymouth Road in Hamilton, New Jersey. That's it.
I just learned something.
Oh, I learned it too, trust me. So we're going to make a right here, right off of Weymouth. And we get to this stop sign, make another right, and this is Route 30. This is also called the White Horse Pike. And we are going to take this lane here. This is for us. And we're also going to take the right-hand lane and shoulder on the White Horse Pike up here, much like we did with the expressway.
Yeah.
Heading out, we're going to keep this right lane for cyclists, and the left lane will be for cars. and we're going to take this into Mullica Township to Elwood Road. So we're going to stay in the right-hand lane here, and this is us. So you can see, great road surface, really nice road surface. We have a nice shoulder. That shoulder is going to be swept. You don't have to worry anything about it. And where we're driving right now, this van in front of us, this is going to be our lane. Now, what we suggest is that you ride that white line. 2 reasons. Number 1, give yourself some room between you and the cars. Again, it will be coned. The dotted line will be coned. But if you keep that white line, you ride that white line, quickest way from point A to point B
is a straight line.
That's going to help you ride straight. That's going to be your guide. And that's what we suggest all of our athletes to do. So if we're able to pass this van, we will.
We'll get around him in a second.
We'll get around him in a second. So this is Atlantic County. We're in Hamilton, New Jersey right now, and we'll be making the crossover into Mullica Township, which there are no signs. You will not see. You won't even know about it. But we will. Right. Especially when you got to fill out a special events permits. You know. You know. So again, clean road, real wide, nothing to worry about.
Very special. Look to the left. If you look carefully over there, you know what that is, guys? That's a drive-in movie theater screen.
Yes, it is.
That's an old drive-in movie theater screen, guys.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. Holy moly. Wow.
Look at that. Delmonte Sports and ChallengeUSA showing you one of the last remaining drive-in movie theaters in the state.
Wow. So again, we're on the White Horse Pike. We're heading south, and immediately to the right of us, there's a couple, about 50 to 100 yards is the railroad tracks, and then there's the Atlantic City Expressway. Now, for ages, this was the way. There was one of 2 ways to get to the shore. It was the White Horse Pike, which is 30, and it was the Black Horse Pike, which is 40. Before the Atlantic City Expressway, that's what you had, and that's where everyone traveled. And since I think the expressway was introduced, I believe, in the late 60s.
A little bit before.
Oh, late 50s.
Yeah.
Late 50s,
It's actually
60s.
For folks who enjoy, and I've spoken about this on Steven's Facebook page, many of the things that we cross by on this bike route are somewhat featured, somewhat historically accurate in the show Boardwalk Empire.
Yep.
And the AC Expressway was indeed the vision of his real name was Johnson, Enoch Johnson, well, shown as Nucky Thompson in the show, but the AC Expressway was in fact his vision.
Is that right?
That's true.
Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. And some of you might not know this, but the Frank Farley Plaza.
Sure.
That was his attorney.
Yes.
That was his attorney.
Yep.
And so Frank Farley Plaza is the rest stop on the expressway.
Yep.
And was a very influential very influential man in Atlantic City, and was also the attorney for Nucky Johnson.
Right?
Johnson before he passed. So, and he literally wrote the book on Nucky Johnson. He wrote the book about him. So. Interesting. So coming up here we have Elwood Road, and this is where cyclists are going to be making a left. And we're going to be making a left on the Elwood Road. Now, you'll keep the right-hand lane, and what we'll have is we will have a police officer up here stopping traffic, allowing you to, I'm going to say this word 100 times, safely cross over traffic, make a left on Elwood without worrying about cars. And you will do this portion of the race 2 times. You're going to do this loop twice. So we made the right off of Weymouth Road, and we're heading south on 30. You're going to do this loop 2 times.
Okay.
So you'll know what to expect, and we think it helps break the course up by doing 2 loops. You know what to expect. You know how far to go. All right,
And the cool part about where you set the what everyone on Facebook is calling the lollipop.
The lollipop.
It doesn't detract from the hammer fest on the expressway. You get maximum hammer time on the expressway, which increases the coolness factor. Plus, like you said, this lollipop portion gives you landmarks.
Correct. Now, just imagine you're on this road, okay? And remember, it has to be done 2 times. And this is the Mulligan Township School right here. But again, the race is on a Sunday, so none of this will be around. So you're going to have the right of way here on these roads, and we're only going to allow persons that live here to really access and detour everyone else. And it's a Sunday, and these aren't heavily traveled roads, folks. This is rural country here. But just imagine, 4-time world champion Chris McCormack coming buzzing by you. I mean, how cool is that?
It's gonna be very cool.
It's just super cool. So we come to a light here. We're gonna cross over Moss Mill Road and continue north on Elwood, and most of your course looks like this, where you just have trees, farms, some houses, and that's it. I mean, you're really not, unless once you get out of Atlantic City in Pleasantville, which takes all but probably 15 minutes on your bike.
Correct.
The next time you hit anything that resembles that is downtown Hamilton, and that's only about a mile long. And so most of what you have here is this right here. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
And pretty much what you see now is what you get. It's sparsely traveled. No homes sitting on top of each other per se.
Correct.
This is also a good place to train, and I'm sure many of the tri clubs and cycling clubs in the area are already intimately familiar with all of these roads.
Yes, absolutely. Some have asked questions. How come you're not going a little bit further north and all these other things? Listen, we have a course. It's 112 miles.
Right.
We can only, there are certain things we need to be doing, but what we believe is we're taking you onto some of the, really is what we're doing is we're highlighting the best of what we have here. And you'll see a sign up here to your right with a person on a horse, saying equestrian crossing. This is what you don't think of this when you think of New Jersey. I mean, you might be coming from Florida. We have, 20 different countries and 35 different states represented in Challenge right now. We're at about 1,000 athletes. And I guarantee you that my friends there's 5 athletes from Western Australia coming. 5! That's a lot. They had no idea that when New Jersey has this type of culture and atmosphere. I'm sure what they know of it is what they see on TV,
right,
which is
the opening credits to that show.
Yeah, exactly. The opening credits to that show. So, schools, farms, roads, you'll have all of that here. It's just nice. I mean, this is it. This is as busy as it gets around here.
That's it. This is a traffic jam right here, kids. Now, are you going to be giving an award away at the award ceremony for anyone who sees the Jersey Devil?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna give you a free pass to the psych ward at the local hospital.
There you go.
But yeah, the Jersey Devil. For those of you that don't know, every student in the state of New Jersey in 4th grade is forced to learn about the state of New Jersey. And one of the things we're taught is the legend of the Jersey Devil.
Yep.
And go look it up.
And by the way, kids, during the bike portion of Challenge USA, you will be riding your bike through prime Jersey Devil country.
This is it. Look out.
Yep. Mother Leeds' 13th child will be coming to look for you.
That's right. So you can see the signs here: share the road, bikes and cars. Anyone that's looking to use this road as a shortcut to get someplace else, they're going to be detoured. We're not going to let them.
Right.
It's only going to be residents coming through this way. So it looks like we have a resident right here. Who's probably looking at us going, who the heck are they? Yeah, why are they filming my license plate? Exactly. What's going on here? Oh, time to get the mail. Time to get the mail. Wow, this is really exciting, Stephen. I've lived here all my life, just as you have.
and to see some of these beautiful roads being taken advantage of by your great new race. This is really something special.
But again, imagine all this is green.
Oh,
everything you see is green. From the grass to the treetops is all green. Just a sea of green. And again, folks, we'll have our aid stations about every 10 miles here on the course. There'll be bottle exchange. We'll have special needs out here. When you get to that mile marker, 60, 70, 80, you'll be able to pick up your special needs and your ham sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we'll have all that well marked. Yeah, we'll have all of that well marked, well in advance. And right now, what we're doing is getting down the foundation of the course. And we're confident this is going to be something special, and we expect a great turnout from the community. They're very accepting of this, and it's just going to be special.
Yeah, most folks are pretty excited, for these types of races. I know at several races that I've been to where you've gone rural, like the 170.3 up in Maine. The people out there in the sticks, they actually set up their whole picnic table out there just to watch the crazy triathletes go by all day.
No doubt, we've gotten that support in North Wildwood, New Jersey, from people that live on the bike course. They come out, they make signs, they yell at the athletes, and also in Lower Township, if you've done Escape the Cape, on Beach Drive along the ferry there, it's the homes, they're spraying you down with hoses. We don't ask them to do it, they just do it, and it's great, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So at this portion, we're going to make a left.
It looks like we're going to be flying back into Hamilton here.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is just a real nice twisty, turny road.
This is lovely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you're riding. It's just fun. There's nothing more boring. I mean, we have it, but to be on a road that doesn't do anything, doesn't turn, it's just straight. I've driven through Kansas. I love it. Man, that road is straight. And we're definitely giving you some twists and turns here when we get up to certain sections of the race.
Oh, this is lovely.
This is Colonel Elijah Clark's house. He's a Revolutionary War figure, part of the Continental Congress. 1762.
Yeah.
That house was built that we just passed, and can you imagine? This was probably a deer path back then.
Oh, without question.
1762. So we get to pass that, and
that's cool.
That's very cool, isn't it? And I believe we make a left here. Yeah, we definitely make a left here. To the right is Batso Historic Village. We won't be going that way. What we're doing is we're condensing the course to really to keep this as friendly as possible. And it's not just about you racing athletes, it's about your family. You got to make it spectator friendly for them, because this could be one of the most painful experiences ever for spectators. This is at 140.6. We're going to make a right here on Richards Ave coming up.
Oh, we're going through Wharton.
We just left Wharton and we kind of head back in. So this is Richards Ave. This will be shut down just for us. We are in rural land here. There's going to be nothing but blueberry fields on the left and the right. This is a shortcut for people that live in Hamilton, is what this is. This takes them from the road that we were on to 206, which is a pretty heavily traveled.
Oh, definitely.
Pretty heavily traveled road. But this is great. But this is going to be all for you. And we're going to go in one direction here. And that would be, our course is going to go counterclockwise. Our lollipop is going to be going counterclockwise. So this is all our road. Unless someone lives on this road, and there are very few, they're going to be told to go around.
Oh my God, we are in Pine Tech land.
Yeah. It's amazing. I've done this course a number of times. I've never seen a car on it. Of course, the day that we're filming, we've got one in front of us. But to our right, there's nothing but blueberry bushes. And I'll tell you what, this is a great road surface. This is smooth. I mean, we might be in rural land, but this is a smooth road surface.
It really is.
I'm trying to wonder, what is this car in front of us doing? Because they're going very slow. But that's the way it goes. What's going on here? They're from Rhode Island.
They lost.
Oh yeah, he's definitely lost. He's definitely lost. So we're just gonna follow the curvy sign.
You know what? I bet that cat's gonna follow us out.
Yeah, he's probably wondering what we're doing here today. So we're just gonna follow our curvy sign, and this is great. I think, to me, this breaks the course up. It's just, you don't have to worry about anything. It takes your mind off of things, and we think we have plenty of that on the course. There's a series of these little teeny wooden bridges. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them, but literally they're like 10 planks wide, and you got to be cognizant of that. Now, we're gonna have a signage out there. We're gonna let you know they're coming up, but you know what? If it's raining that day, we need to be careful, people.
Right.
You know, this is all about being a well-informed athlete. You need to know your course, and hopefully we're entertaining you enough here. But if you look to our left, blueberry fields. Nothing but blueberry fields. This is not called the blueberry capital of the world for nothing. Here we go.
There's another 10 plank.
Another 10 plank bridge right there. There's only, I would say, there's less than 20 homes along this road. So we're gonna make a left here on Richards. We're gonna head down this road and talk about literally a one-horse town. This is all you got here. So we head down along the fields, and this is incredible.
That's the biggest blueberry field I've ever seen.
Oh, they get bigger.
Holy cow.
This is the Garden State, people. This is what we have. We're gonna follow this around. Oh, I see a couple Christmas decorations up. Very nice.
It's that time of the year almost.
You know you're out in the country when a regular home has a ginormous backhoe in the backyard.
You're in the country.
You're in the country when you get that. So we follow Richards and we bear left here at the stop sign. You're clear on my right. And again, nobody lives out here. It's gonna be you. You're gonna live out here with your bike. You're gonna be ripping down the roads here. Still, road surface pretty good.
Pretty good. Like no complaints at all type good.
Yeah. Are there a few sections with some potholes? Absolutely. Are we going to cover anything major? Of course we are.
Right.
Of course we are. And you'll notice the car obviously covers more road surface than its 25 millimeter tires.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we'll bounce up and down a little bit more than a bicycle will, but still we're in real good shape here. You know, as an athlete myself, and I've done events all over the country, everything I'm seeing out here is great. I mean, you got to think 112 miles of bike. Our road surfaces are really, really good here.
Yeah, so far I've yet to run into a road surface on this course where, you know, you're thinking, maybe they need some work. No, everything so far has been first class all the way.
Yeah. And again, anything that might appear to say, we're going to work on that, we're going to work on that. You know? I mean, Rob Vigorito himself, some of you didn't know, but he created Eagle Man.
Yes.
All right, one of the most famous 70.3s in the world. Columbia Triathlon. The man's been out there at midnight with a bag of cold patch fixing potholes. He's that kind of guy, and so am I. You know, who do you think puts the extra toilet paper in all my porta pots? I do that. You know why? I got to make sure it's done.
That's right.
We got to make sure it's done. So there's no stone left unturned here. Again, rural Atlantic County. Plenty of farmland. You'll see livestock.
Oh yeah.
You'll to see livestock for sure.
Now, what's so amazing about this course to me is that you're rural enough.
Here we go. We got cows.
There's cows. All right, we got cows.
We got cows here.
So we got livestock. There we go. You know, you're out here and you're rural enough that it's quiet, meditative riding, but it's still crowded. Not crowded, but it's populated enough that there's going to be some zany fans out here.
There's no question. There's no question. We're making it right now in Columbia Ave. I have to, you know, again, there's a bunch of cows to our right, and there's nothing but farmland. You know, this is also called Airport Road, and this is where the Hamilton Airport is located, local Hamilton Airport. Yeah, the good part about, you know, there's the entire course isn't two loop, but a 25-mile section is. So you're going to get a chance to kind of see like everybody.
Right.
You know, which is, we think is pretty neat. We think it's pretty neat, and just it keeps a certain intimacy to the event, because there's no doubt you're going to see other riders on this course. It's not like you're going to be left alone on an island.
Right.
You know, you're going to see other riders, and then you're not, you know, because you got to get back on the expressway, and it's Rip City, baby, you know.
And I think you did a good job with the design in that the loneliest part of the course is going to be the one most populated with cyclists on the two loops. So I think that's going to work very well. It's quiet, it's sparse, but yet there's going to be cyclists out here.
Well, think about it. You know, where else can you recon a 112-mile bike course by doing a 25-mile loop?
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
The other portions on the Atlantic City Expressway. Do you really need to recon that?
No.
Well, yeah, you can in your car.
Yeah.
Right. You can in your car, but I mean, this is what we have here. So if you just do this loop one time in Hamilton, you now pretty much know the whole bike course, because you can't get lost in the expressway.
Right.
You just can't.
Go straight.
If you do, God bless you. We'll have a special award just for you. You know, and we can't control tractors working that day. You know, farmers, they don't take days off.
No.
They work. They work. I love it.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Yeah, that's it.
Look at this, just nothing but beautiful, beautiful farmland. And not a single snooky to be found anywhere.
No.
Down here is definitely a snooky-free zone.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that, and I think even the residents in North Jersey, they kind of, you know, they don't like that connotation that they're associated with that, but especially South Jersey.
Oh,
South Jersey, folks, there's North Dakota, South Dakota, North Carolina, South Carolina. There is North Jersey and South Jersey. There are, we're brothers and sisters. We love everybody in the state. We're just different. We're just different.
Just carry it different.
You know, above exit 60 on the expressway gets the Giants games. Below exit 60 gets the Eagles games. That's the way it is. And if you don't know, that's football. You know, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles. And so that's pretty much how we're separated. And the vibe, this is the vibe that I can tell you. The Southern Jersey Shore, the closest thing that compares to it is the Southern California coast.
Oh, definitely.
Which a bunch of small beach communities linked together. That's what we are. That's what we are. We've just been around longer.
And here's another one of those 10-plank bridges.
Right. And this is, obviously, that's not a great surface there, nor is this. I guarantee you, we're heading left here. We just stay on this road. We'll make sure that we clean this up for you guys. You have nothing to worry about there. So we're going to be going straight here. We're going to go through, and this is going to take us to Route 206. So after we watch, we see there's no cars coming,
Which we are good.
and we stay on Columbia. Now feel this road surface.
Smooth.
Oh, it's like glass. Absolute glass. things just don't get any better than that.
No, you just don't.
I mean, wow.
I mean, the athletes, when they get out here on race day, they're going to think that Atlantic County paved these roads simply for them. That's how smooth this is.
That's correct. And the road up in front of us here, that is 206. That is 206, and we're going to be taking 206 straight through downtown Hamilton.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, just when you see the tour on TV and they go through the town and they shut downtown down, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to make a left here. This is 206, and again, awesome road.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome road, 206. We're clear on the right.
Got some traffic on the left.
And if you look in front of us, we have blueberry fields to the right, and we got corn to the left. This is what we're famous for. Blueberries, tomatoes, corn. That's South Jersey.
Yep.
So look at this road surface for us that we have here. It's unbelievable. We're going to own this road. There's going to be no cars going in this direction unless they're going to church that morning. And they only have a 7:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, so probably there's not going to be any cars. There'll be 0 cars heading in this direction. Just be bicycles. And what do you think of this road service?
This is unbelievable. I mean, first off, it's hard to believe that this is 206. It's that smooth. It's that awesome.
Yeah. They redid this a few years ago. It turned out real nice.
There's
a farm market on the left. That's you got a ton of that in South Jersey. Just roadside stands, Jersey fresh produce.
All over the place.
Yeah. So coming up in front of us is an intersection. And this is the White Horse Pike 206 intersection. This is a very busy intersection.
Yes, it is.
Not for you to worry. It will be controlled. It will be controlled. So we're going to keep right here, and we're going to just go straight through. We're going to go straight through this light where we're going to have a couple police officers. I might even have a state trooper or two to make sure that everything that takes place here is safe. We're not going to allow cars to make a right onto this road here. It's not going to happen. We're going to detour them on a different road, so you don't have to worry about cars being off to your right. We're going to own this section of road, and we're going to send the athletes straight through to what's called 54 South. 54 South is also known as 12th Street in Hamilton.
Yes.
Which is also the center of town. So we're going to take that straight downtown and make a left. And what we're at this point, folks, is once we cross over the White Horse Pike, we are about to complete our first loop in Hamilton, and we will start our second loop. So we'll repeat everything we just did. Wow. Right when we cross Weymouth Road. We'll do it again.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll do it again. And so this will be just for us. The guy's not hanging there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Used to be a great barbecue joint in Buena, right off of, I guess it was 54.
Well, we're not going to be going into Buena. This is the road that takes you. Buena's too far south. This is the road that takes us through downtown Hamilton, and this is going to feel nice. Now, you're probably going to be at mile 60 or 50. I think 50 at this point.
Right.
You're going to be going through downtown. You're back into civilization. You know, you have regular homes and businesses, and up front about a half a mile, we're going to create a festival atmosphere for you. We're going to have huge inflatables for you to travel underneath. We're going to have bleachers in the streets for your family to sit and watch. And remember, because we're going to have world-class technology available for your family, they're going to know where you are on the course at all times. So that if they're hanging out at the Blueberry Festival here, they can make it to the street because they know mom or dad's 10 miles from downtown. We got about 15, 20 minutes. Hurry up.
Nice.
And so you'll see.
Now, how are you going to get the families from AC and out to Hamilton and back?
There's two ways. You can either drive. You can drive if you want, or we'll run shuttles. from Atlantic City to Hamilton and back, so that you don't have to drive.
So the families can partake in adult-type beverages and enjoy the festivities while their loved one is out there dying.
We wouldn't do it any other way. We wouldn't do it any other way. So here we have downtown Hamilton. Now just remember, this whole area here where you see vehicles, okay, is cleared for you. If you've ever been to a parade, that's what it's going to be like.
Oh, man.
That's what it's going to be like. So you're not going to see any of this. You're not going to see any of this, except you're going to be riding through huge challenge arches. Okay? Music. People.
So it's going to look like a stage ride.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be like. I mean, this is classic Americana here. This is what we have. This is the majority of at least South Jersey. This is what it looks like. We're letting him go. We're being nice.
Yeah.
So we have, I mean, to your left, we got frozen yogurt, and we have restaurants to the right, and we have a wine bar, not a wine bar to the left, and espresso, cappuccino to the left, and bagels and breakfast and all types of market items. Folks, Hamilton has a very large Italian population.
Yes, it does. Huge
Italian population, and you will find some of the best food anywhere in Hamilton. Maybe, I don't know what your background is like as far as what type of cuisine that you like, but there are some Italian markets here that are absolutely incredible.
World class. If
you've seen my Facebook post that I put out, I think it was like 2 months ago when I went out shooting the course with a photographer. You know, the photographer's out, and that's why there's traffic right now. There's a train going by. So that's why we're doing this, so we can.
Oh, perfect.
we can avoid the train, so we won't be going over the train tracks. But you know, I was eating a huge, you know, prosciutto and fresh mozzarella sandwich.
Ooh.
While the photographer's out laying down on the street getting the right shots. And so it's one of the highlights of coming out here to Hamilton, which Rob doesn't know, but we'll be stopping to get something to eat shortly.
Oh yes, we will.
Yeah. So. And this is downtown Hamilton. We're going to be making a left here, right at the light. The train tracks are directly in front of this black car here. In fact, this car is going to turn, and all right, in front of us right now are the train tracks, and we'll be making a left here. And this is the whole reason we don't go straight. Is just happened.
Yep, the train came.
The train came, clogs everything up. We'll be making the left. You don't have to worry about any of these cars. This is all going to be for us. All right, so this is all going to be for us. There it is. There's one of those trucks that can ride on a train track, which is totally cool.
Very cool.
I just saw one of those trucks in my kid's Thomas the Train book.
Yes.
Oh, that looks good. Let's make a left here, and this is for bikes only. This will be bikes only. And we've just made a left off of the downtown section of Hamilton, and now we are finishing up the first loop.
Okay.
We're finishing up the first loop. We have about a mile till we begin our second loop. And we will do that whole loop again. We'll take 30 to Elwood.
Yep.
We'll make a left. We'll do the whole thing again. And once we do the downtown Hamilton section for a second time, so imagine you've just come through downtown Hamilton a second time.
Second time.
You will be making a right off of this road, back over the train tracks. Follow me?
Yep.
Okay. It's a very simple course. It's a very simple course. It's an out and back that has a lollipop section.
Yeah, exactly.
And you do the Tootsie Pop section twice, and then head back down. So there's a church here off to our left, but they don't do services on Sunday. They've consolidated. The only thing they do there are celebrations, you know, weddings and funerals, those types of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is South Egg Harbor Road, which merges. There's the New Jersey National Guard Armory off to our right, the 150th Engineers. Right now, they're deployed.
Oh, they are?
They are deployed right now, yes. Thinking of those guys and their families.
Absolutely.
And so we're straight, and we're staying straight, and where this other road comes up, you'll see the do not enter. We just stay and bear right. And again, this is going to only be bicycles.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
Now you will get traffic coming in the other direction.
Right.
You will see that, but where we're going, it's just bikes. Our lane is bicycles only. One thing you notice out here, a lot of supply houses. You see John Deere, Caterpillar, Universal.
There are farmers out here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a nice little climb right there.
Yeah, that'll get you if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, that one snuck up on us.
Yep. So coming up here to the stop sign, if you've only done one loop, you're going to go through this stop sign.
Okay.
If you finished your second loop going downtown Hamilton, you're making a right at the stop sign. It's as simple as that.
So there's gonna be like no cones. You know, there might be a.
We'll have a cop here. We'll have a police officer, but it's up to you to know. And there will be signage out on the course saying, first loop, straight, you know.
Yeah.
Completed the second loop, make a right.
Okay, good.
And you'll know, because you'll have been on the course. There's no way you can mistaken doing downtown Hamilton. Did I do it once or twice?
Nah,
You'll know.
You'll know.
It's not like a sprint triathlon where everything's a blur. You know? And again, this is only going to be local traffic. And this is how we're getting back to the expressway.
This is amazing. This course so far is just absolutely amazing. I can't get over all the different coolness factors on this. You know, the whole railroad bridge thing. Had no idea. The idea of turning Hamilton into a Tour de France stage ride type thing. This is fantastic.
Yeah. We're excited about it. You know what? No one ever thought of it. I think, the possibilities of what could be. And whenever you're doing anything, and I think a lot of you have already done that, you looked at Challenge Atlantic City and you said, why not?
Absolutely.
Right? I'm going to sign up. Why not? Well, that's exactly what we've done. We say, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think that people, and I said this to you that night at the Jersey Shore Tri Club meeting, and, you know, speaking, you know, as a journalist and not an athlete, I really think what's going to happen is people who do not sign up for this event, people who choose to take a pass because they've already signed up for, you know, another 140.6 race for the season. Me personally, I believe they're going to wake up in the morning to, you know, my goodness, I made a mistake. And I think the second year, this race will sell out very quickly, because you have everything that an athlete desires. And first is, as I've always said, this is a home game at the 140.6 distance. This is a home game. You know, you've got things that you can't get anywhere else. You know, you've got a run on the world famous Atlantic City boardwalk. You've got a bike on the AC Expressway. We got to slam on the brakes because we're making a right.
And so will you.
And so will you. You're going to be hammering. You know, you've got, just like in all your other races, Escape the Cape and AC International, you've got desirable parts or events. Biking on the expressway, jumping off of a Cape May ferry, you know, running on the Atlantic City boardwalk. I think when the videos come out and the race reports get filed, people who didn't do this race this year are going to go, oh, damn, what was I thinking?
Well, the way we look at it is, I want you to think of where we're coming from. This is the inaugural challenge event in the United States.
Absolutely.
This is the first one. Okay, this is the first one. don't you think the first one that we're going to make it special?
Ooh, absolutely. You know, and that goes back to what I was saying with you before, that like at the Jersey Shore Tri Club meeting, I wore the inaugural AC International Tri shirt because it's the inaugural. It's the first. There is no other first. You're either first or you're not.
That's it. That's it. And we're going to be going straight through here. This is a blinking yellow. Again, we'll have a cop. Every intersection there's going to be an officer.
Right.
Every intersection there's going to be an officer, so nothing to worry about. But you're right. You know, there's only one first-time event, and we're not trying to roll this out small.
No,
you know, we're not trying to roll this out small. We're going to roll this out. This is what I guarantee people. This is what Rob Vigorito and myself, Steve Delmonte, have pledged to. When someone does this event, and this will happen June 29th, you're going to do this event and go, it was as if they've been producing it for 20 years.
Ooh, nice.
That's what you're going to feel.
Nice.
And that's the only way we will do it. That's it. That's it. You're going to go, I can't believe that was an inaugural event. We're going to roll this out in a very big way. And you're right. There is only one time that you can be part of an inaugural event. Other than that, we're going to go straight here. Straight here. Not on this. We're going to go straight. So this is going to be, right at this point, there'll be a police car across the road because no one can come or go. No cars can come or go. So we're going to go straight. This is 2nd Avenue. And now, we're back into more blueberry fields.
And if you look to the left, you can see the expressway.
That's it. To the left is the Atlantic City Expressway, which we'll be getting back on. And so there's only one time to do an inaugural event. This is the time. Just think of, you know, when we established the Challenge brand in the United States, and I guarantee you will hear of more events popping up in the next 12 months for sure, that you could say I did the first ever.
Absolutely.
And it was right here in my home state, in my backyard.
I mean, if you don't understand what Steven and Robert are getting at, guys, I urge you to go on to YouTube and look at this monstrosity known as Challenge Roth. Look at that finish line. Look at the event they're running, and then think that the Challenge family would not attempt to weaken their brand on their initial offering in the United States. You have to only think that they're going to try to step up their game because they're already dealing with 2 other brands here in the United States.
Right.
But you have to figure the fireworks at the finish line, the massive party at the finish line, what did you call it, a rave, a concert in NASCAR?
Like nothing I'd ever seen in Germany. When I saw the event in Germany, it was just absolutely insane. It was a mind blower.
Absolutely, and you can't think that.
So at this point, not to interrupt, at this point we're going to be making a left onto, this is 54. This is what we were on.
Right.
And we're making a left on the 54. Again, no cars will be coming towards it. This is going to be patrolled by a police officer, probably a trooper, because this is considered a state road.
Right.
54. So we'll probably utilize a trooper here that's stopping traffic.
Oh, and there's one of the signs that you guys will be using.
Oh, we'll be using at least 20 of them, I guarantee you that. And so we're going to be, we head south on 54, and this will be our lane, and the lane to our left will be cars, and a trooper will be allowing cars to access the expressway here. So we just have to be, we're going to be careful. It's all going to be careful. And that what we do is stay to the right and get on the Atlantic City Expressway home. Where are you going? Atlantic City.
We're going to Atlantic City, baby. I got to ask you, how long did it take you to plan this?
This?
Yeah.
Long enough. Long enough.
More than 3 years?
You know, it's something that we've contemplated for quite some time, but really came together just in the last year when you started having, you know, when you get the engineers of Atlantic County, I go to them going, you know what, I'm trying to make a bike course. You tell me the course. And the engineers of Atlantic County say, this is what you can do.
Oh, wow.
So they have there's the buy-in right there from the community. They want it to happen. So now you are on the expressway. It's a little climb, and then it is nothing but false flats heading downhill to the beach for 28 miles.
Oh, so when the athletes are returning, oh, that's right. We're gonna go on those back roads back so we avoid the parkway transition.
Correct. So we're gonna take 28 to 14.
Okay.
So now this is us. We're heading back. Now you know your home stretch.
Yes, absolutely.
This is it.
Oh, absolutely.
You got an hour and a half left. You know, if you're, I would say you have an hour and a half. You have an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes left. That's what you know when you hit this section. And that's how you mentally can deal with this course. You know that each 25-mile loop out in Hamilton is going to take you, it can take you an hour.
Yep.
It can take you an hour and a half.
Right.
Now, that's how you break it up into those pieces. It's going to take us an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to get out to Hamilton. It's going to take us, you know, an hour and a half to do the first loop, an hour and a half to do the second loop, an hour and 45 minutes. You know, that's how you mentally break this course up, which I think is very cool.
Oh, it's very cool.
You know, there's pieces to do here. Just put the pieces together.
That's right. And it has, in my opinion, the best of two elements. There's people who don't like the quote-unquote two-loop Ironman course. I use the other brand's name. You know,
they don't like the two-loop.
Yeah, they don't like the two-loop 112-mile course or the 256-mile loops. Here, it is an out and back, which everyone loves, but it does have a slight little two-loop thing going on. But it's not the whole course. It's just enough to get a taste.
Yep. And again, I don't think it takes a whole lot of, and this is me speaking as an athlete, if I know, okay, this is the portion of the expressway that you're going to use, you could drive this.
Yes. You
could drive this and then pay particular attention to the rises and drops in the road and know that, you know, think of it from a cyclist perspective. This is not just completely flat. There's a little bit of action here.
Right.
You know, but, and that's it. You're pre-riding this. You know, well, this is generally flat. And, you know, when we get to Hamilton, it goes up a little bit. And it goes down a little bit. And then, so you know those things. So you don't have to ride the entire 112 miles.
No, you don't.
All you really have to do, I would say, is do that loop out there in Hamilton, that 25-mile loop. That's your bread and butter out there. Knowing that. This, look, folks, look, a little bit downhill here.
We've been going downhill for the last 3 miles.
Yeah, it's a false flat downhill. All right, a little bit of a descent here, and ever so slightly, but just enough to, and I'll tell you, you get the wind at your back, you're going to be cooking.
Ooh.
You're going to be cooking. The road surface is pristine. Everything around you is going to be green. You don't have to worry about anything.
Now, how many other pros have you made inquiries besides?
Oh, we're talking to a bunch right now.
So it could be a pretty decent-sized pro field.
Yeah, one of the things that are interesting. Well, yeah, the pros are interested for sure. They know about Challenge. And some of them haven't had the opportunity to race Challenge because Challenge primarily is in Europe,
right?
Southeast Asia and Australia. Now there's Challenge Penticton, which was the home of Ironman Canada for 30 years.
Right.
And there's also Challenge St. Andrews, which is on the border of Maine, the Bay of Fundy. And that's going to take place July 7th, or I should say July 6th of 2014. So the athletes in North America really don't know Challenge.
No, we don't.
They don't know anything about it. They don't. But the pros know. The pros are aware. So we're getting a lot of inquiry now that there's the first ever Challenge event in the U.S. And the other thing that's interesting, a lot of athletes right now, is our aqua bike. Our aqua bike is something that no other world brand like us is doing. And global brand, I should say. You can't do... really, this is the only aqua bike that Challenge offers. So here we go. We got a little bit of a false flat here. You see, this is going uphill a little bit. So this is an area where, if you're not paying attention, can sneak up on you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? But with everything that rises,
get the down.
It also falls, and there it goes. So the aqua bike is what we're getting a lot of interest from. 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike, and done. No run. If you are doing Lake Placid or Louisville or any other 140.6, maybe it's Battleship to Battleship, maybe it's Shoreman, which is a half. If you're doing any of those events, this is the ultimate prep race to do.
Without question.
If you do the aqua bike in Atlantic City, you can pretty much punch your ticket to success with training-wise at any other event that summer. I don't know of anyone that's raced as hard as they can, the 112-mile section. People always have to leave something for the run. With this, we're saying, oh, no. We want you to go all out so that when you enter on the Bader Field and you blaze down the run road underneath the finish arch, that you left everything out on the course, that you have nothing left, that you're going as hard as you can go.
Wow.
How can you not say that you're not going to have your best bike in Placid or Louisville? Because even if you do a half, you're not redlining the half and then running a half marathon. You have to leave something for the run. This, you have to leave nothing. The only thing you got to leave is enough energy for you to hang out. And we will have a separate finish for those aqua bikers. We'll have a separate finish with all the bells and whistles on Bader Field.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely. How else would we do it, right? What? Dismount and you're done? I don't think so.
No.
It's going to look like a Tour de France, sprint stage where you're sprinting through the line. 20 miles to Atlantic City. So at this point, you're under an hour.
Yep.
Or maybe just over an hour.
Just over an hour.
Depending upon your abilities, which any ability is always.
Now, one of the aside from the aqua bike, one of the other things that really caught my attention at the meeting was your relay event.
Yep.
All three members, all three disciplines cross the finish line together and get medals. Is that correct?
That's correct. So you not only can finish with your relay members, but we realize that it wasn't just you that made a sacrifice to get to race day. More than likely, your friends or family had to make some type of sacrifice for you to be there. Your children had to make a sacrifice for you to get there on race day. And there will be an opening in the fence for your family to join you in that moment. And that is what triathlon's all about.
It's always been about family.
And we do ask you, if you want to cross the line with your family, but the guy behind you doesn't, let him go.
Right.
Let him go, because at that point, we don't care about the time. We care about, life is about experiences, and it's about that experience. And so maybe it's your girlfriend, maybe it's your significant other, your husband, wife, your kids, maybe your neighbor, watch your dog. While you did your long rides on Saturdays and they're happy to be there, run across the line with that person.
Right.
Have something to share forever, because at the end of the day, that picture is what you're gonna. That's what you take with you.
Absolutely.
Just that picture. So you're gonna stay to the right, and we're gonna stay to the right too, because all lanes except Easy Pass, I believe.
We'll find out in a minute.
We're gonna find out in a minute. I believe so. And you stay to the. Yeah. You're gonna stay to the right, which they have blocked off right now, but that's gonna be just for us. Yeah, all lanes except Easy Pass.
And there will be a photographer there, so smile pretty as you come blowing through the toll plaza.
Yeah, we're going to put photographers.
And we're out.
That was a little painful. All right. So again, we're going to have this ramp. No cars will be going through. We'll just be going straight through. Straight through. You don't have to worry about cars jumping in front of you or anything like that.
And on Route 50, there's a great custard stand too, by the way.
Is there?
Yes. You always know where the good, all the good nutritional and hydration stops are.
Yeah. smooth sailing into Atlantic City.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, real nice road here.
Had that nice drop right there.
And we'll be on the expressway for another 2 miles. Then we get off at 14. We make the left on Leipzig,
yep.
The right on Drosera,
yep.
The right on Tilton, and then we go through the base onto the FFA Technical Center Road. Left on Delilah to Route 9, make a right on Route 9, make a left on Reading, make a right on Reading, make a left onto the expressway.
There it is.
So that that last 2-3 miles,
right?
Is where we need to have our heads up. We're gonna have it controlled and we're gonna have it safe. Amazing. The sun's already going down. It's like 2:23, but you can tell it's on its way down.
It's late in the day. I mean, it's really not late in the day, but look at the sky and
it's late in the daylight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should be coming up.
Yes, 14's right up here. And just I can't get over how great the riding's going to be. This is you just can't. You guys really need to get out here. You really need to experience this in the spring. Granted, you're not going to be able to experience this until race day, but some of the roads that we've traveled today, some of the most pristine road conditions that I've ever seen. You're really in for something special today. And if you've already registered for the race, fantastic. Get on out here. If you haven't registered for the race, I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? Get on the Challenge website and get registered and get involved. I mean, how often can you say that you've got a finisher's medal for the 140.6 distance on an inaugural race? I can't get over that.
It's going to be special. So at this point here, we're going to make a right. We're going to stay right. And we're going to keep exit 14. And we're simply going to make a left off of 14. Again, this is going to be closed to vehicular traffic. And it's easy to do because they can get off at 12. Cars can get off at 12.
Right.
Do get the same way. This is mall traffic is what it is.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yep. And we're simply going to be making a left. A left here. There's a sofa for you.
That's an aid station.
That's hilarious.
And again, a nice little climb, but like Steven said, everything that goes up gets to go down.
That's it. Straight. This is Leipzig.
Oh, that's right, to that.
Yep.
Another fantastic cornfield. Jersey's finest. Jersey corn, nothing sweeter.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Ooh. I'm really excited for people to get out here and just experience the real New Jersey.
Yep. I think that's the best way to describe it. This is what New Jersey is.
It really is. Do we have oil refineries and things like that? Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
Oh, we have everything.
Oh, we do. I made a comment a bunch of years ago to a friend from the Midwest that I was in the service with, and I said, you know what, dude, if you're hardcore enough, in New Jersey you could actually ski in the morning and surf in the afternoon.
Make a right here. Yep, there's no doubt about it. That's a great way to put it. I never even put those two together, but you could ski. What you could do is you could hunt deer in the morning, ski in the ski at noon, and surf by twilight.
Exactly.
You could do everything in the state of New Jersey. We're very, very lucky And I think we have a lot of assets that people do not realize. And this is just one of the ways to show people all the special things that we have.
And make sure that when you get here, make sure you experience a real life hoagie, which was a great Facebook discussion.
The hoagies and subs.
The hoagies and subs.
You know what's interesting is, White House is called the White House Sub Shop.
But you buy a hoagie from.
That's right. You buy a hoagie from there. You buy an Italian hoagie. So that's a big, again, difference between North and South Jersey.
Absolutely. Yep. South of 72, it's a hoagie. North of Route 72, it's a sub.
Yeah. First time I heard the term grinder was I was in college.
Yeah, that's like a New England thing, I think.
That's a New England thing, correct.
Yeah, they tried to sell me. I go up to Maine. Matter of fact, I'll be leaving for Maine this Wednesday, and they stopped in there like, "Yo, you want a grinder?" I was like, "What the fuck's a grinder?"
Grinder.
Grinder? Isn't that a Judas Priest song or something? So now we're coming back out to the airport, I think.
Yeah, the airport's directly in front of us, and that's called Tilton Road. And there's the sign to warn you, there's bicycles out here. So make a right at the stop sign. And once we make a right at the stop sign, we're going to head through the light, which again, there will be police. Make a right at the stop sign and go through the light. (177th Wing of the New Jersey Air National Guard).
Yep.
Very cool place.
Very cool place. They were one of the first units, one of the first National Guard units back in the day to get assigned the F-4E Phantom fighter aircraft.
Really? So this says 12 miles to Atlantic City.
We're almost home, baby.
We're almost home. Yeah, so we have a nice lane here. And I do believe there will be a trooper out here stationed at the gate, stopping any traffic, because we will be making a left going into the base and driving through the base to avoid the circle that comes up here. Great road still.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm anxious. To me, triathlon is all about, the age groupers, because, the pros are pros, but the age groupers make it fun and interesting, and they've got all the, the stories. But I'm really interested to see the pros' reaction to this course. I'm really interested to see what world-class athletes are going to think of this event. That interests me.
Well, that's our job. Our job is to do it, keep it tight and keep it right.
Yep.
And when you do that, I think every course is desirable. This is not Monte Carlo. It's not Nice. It's not Kona. We know that. But what we have here is, we think, something that people, they just didn't know existed. And I think that's the fun.
That's true.
Fun. You don't know that it exists. That's the candy.
Well, that's true. And I think one of the other things that's very, very important is at some of the other international brands.
Right here is where we enter the 177th wing, and
there's our left.
Alright, so we just went through the base, we made a right, and we'll be keeping the right-hand lane of this road. And there'll be a trooper up here that'll allow us to cross the road. But we'll make a left. You can see it says Pleasant Atlantic City, next left. And that's how you alleviate some of the stress on the circle up here. So this is our road up here. Nice bright sunshine in our face. Again, in the summertime, that sun will be high in the sky.
Yes, it will.
So we make a left. And again, this is a great spot for us to have our exchanges and aid stations.
Yeah, this will be definitely a good spot for an aid station. And this is nice and quiet. You know, you're trying to get your wits back about you because you're getting ready to go out on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is nice. I guess we're gonna make a left up here.
We're gonna make a left at the light. Again, we will have either police or a trooper stationed here.
Yes.
Making a left onto Delilah Road, and we will be keeping the right-hand side of the road, which will have coned off for us. We still have a pretty good shoulder here, and we'll cone off enough of a lane for us so that we can ride this safely. It's a really good road surface.
Oh, very good. And right about now, you're getting pretty excited because we're almost home.
Oh yeah, yeah. You are. You're about 10 miles away, maybe even closer. So we have a nice shoulder here, real good.
Things that we were talking about on your Facebook page was the hotels, and I think one of the things that's going to set ChallengeUSA apart from every other international brand is the fact that there's always going to be more hotel rooms than athletes.
Oh yeah, I mean, Atlantic City, 20,000 hotel rooms.
I mean, it's not going to be that whole. You gotta roll your dice, the day after the previous year's race, and hope that you get a hotel room. You're not gonna have that problem at Challenge.
Yeah, and then they'll pull a no refund action on you.
Exactly.
That's not the case. The truth of the matter is, Atlantic City doesn't need the event. It doesn't need the event. They want the event.
Correct.
Atlantic City wants the event. There's a big difference. So. The Jersey Shore. I mean, this is a week before 4th of July. They're going to be packed with or without Challenge.
Absolutely.
So the fact that they are welcoming this event is a big deal. It's a big deal because let's face it, it's not the easiest thing to do is to coordinate this type of an event.
That's right. If I could jump in real quick for the athlete on the race day, there's was that the Borgata or Revel up ahead?
That's Revel.
That's Revel. Guys, you are now seeing Atlantic City.
Yeah, you can see it from the road here, and we'll get in the right-hand lane, and this is fire. We're gonna go straight. If it's not,
it's fire.
It's fire. We're gonna go straight here. Again, we'll keep the right-hand side of the road, and we'll have police officers here maintaining the integrity of the road and stopping traffic so that we can sail through without any issues. Again, I know you see cars, you see one lane, you're thinking, what's this going to be like? This is going to be controlled, swept, and coned for you. Make no mistake, you got it covered, people. You got it covered. And hey, anytime you're trying to get in and out of a major metropolitan area, you got to go through a little bit of this, but that's not for you to be concerned with. All you need to know is that we're going to have it under control.
That's right. All you need to know is go fast.
That's it. And keep your head up.
Yep.
Keep your head up. And here we will make a right.
Mill Road?
No, we don't make a right here. I'm wrong. We stay straight on Mill, and we make a right at the ginormous American flag.
Ah.
That's what we do. So I guess this section is, it might be just 1 mile, like this.
Yeah.
You know, just about a mile.
And that's, in the bigger scheme of a 112-mile bike course, you know, that's nothing. So we're going to make a right onto Route 9 here.
We're going to make a right onto Route 9.
Sprung from cages on Highway 9. It's a job.
Making a right.
And now we're on Route 9, kiddies. And school's getting out.
School's getting out. Thank goodness we got through the course when that happened.
Oh, come on, dude.
I know it's hard to imagine, but we're going to have all this under control, people.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Making a left on Reading.
Now, why, just for discussion, why couldn't we get on the expressway right up here?
At 5?
Oh, that's another heavy intersection?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually not an interchange right there. 5, 7, 9, and 12 are the busiest interchanges on the expressway, and you have to go. You can't shut those down.
Nah,
it's not happening.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's not happening. Back on to Reading.
And up ahead, there's Heartbreak Hill.
There's Heartbreak Hill, that's it. And the bike course has a cutoff of 4 p.m. or 10 hours from the start of your swim. So if you start the swim, you know, it's not fair if someone started at 7 o'clock and you started at 7:45.
Right.
To give them 45 minutes more time on the course. So it's 10 hours from the start of your swim. So obviously this is going to be electronically timed. You know, we're going to have chip time. And we're going to know when you started. And when we get to that 4 o'clock, we're going to know you started at X time. You need to be pulled, or you started 45 minutes, so you got 45 minutes to make it back. You know, so we're gonna know, we're gonna have that information, but we have to stand firm to it.
Yeah, I would think you'd have to.
You know, when you're dealing with this type of an event, it has to be done the right way. And odds are, if it's taken you, 2.5 hours to do the swim, and
now you don't have a swim cutoff?
We do. It's 2.5 hours.
It is 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and really, realistically, you need to be doing that swim faster than 2.5 hours.
I would think.
You know, I mean, your pros will have been able to do the swim 2.5 times. 2.5 times they'll have been able to complete the swim, and you should. Most people should fall under 2 hours. We go straight here.
Yeah,
you should fall under the 2 hours. That's
should be about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I think, given the, depending on the wind, of course.
Making a right here.
Depending on the wind in the course, I think 8 hours is abundantly fair, considering you're not going to be climbing any mountain ranges or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, let's make no mistake. This is hard. This event's hard. You need to train.
Oh yeah.
You can't just come out here and say, I'm gonna have a great time. Yeah, you're gonna have a great time. This is an athletic competition.
Absolutely.
And you need to train. You need to train. You need to be off that bike 10 hours after you've started that swim. So you better move. And we're on Franklin now. This is ours. We'll be making the left onto the expressway.
in front of traffic like that guy?
No, we stopped that. Don't worry about that. And this is just like the Atlantic City International.
Yes, this is exact. You know what? When I did my first race report for the Atlantic City International, I specifically noted this because this is the most beautiful view of the Atlantic City skyline you will ever see right here.
Here it is. It's great. And to get it via a bike's perspective is pretty incredible.
Oh, just nothing better.
Stay to the right.
Yep.
And hopefully this guy doesn't take... Oh, good.
Don't. Come on, be an easy.
So we'll have that right-hand lane. We'll have that right-hand lane, so it's no big deal. This is us. Now, that's it. Now you know you are within, I would say, 10 minutes.
That's it.
You're within 10 minutes of hitting the transition area. And there it is in front of you. It's the Atlantic City Expressway.
And
Atlantic City Skyline.
And right now it is flat, and the only thing that's going to prevent you from hammering it home is wind. There's no elevation at all to speak of from here to transition. You are moving.
Yeah, look at that view. It's just incredible.
Oh, it's just nothing like it.
You got the casinos right in front of you.
Yep.
It's awesome. We're taking exit 2. We're getting off at exit 2.
We're getting off at exit 2, just like at AC International.
That's right. It's completely shut down for us. And the SJTA, who owns the expressway, I mean, they do such a fantastic job of taking care of this road.
Mm-hmm.
They sweep it, they cone it, I mean, they do it right.
They really do. I mean, I did the first 2 years of the AC International and tried to do it last year, or this year, but I was still under the weather from recovering from Placid. But the first 2 years, I told anyone who would listen that if you're a triathlete and you're not doing AC International, you're wrong.
Oh, thanks, Rob. You're wrong. So here we go. We're getting off exit 2. And we're going to take the Black Horse Pike straight into Atlantic City. And we're going to make a left at Porter. And that takes us right into Bader Field. And that's where we'll stop the video.
Right at Triathlon Park.
Triathlon Park at Bader Field. Beautiful off-ramp. Surrounded by water and marsh. So lucky.
Oh, I really believe that this is going to become a true destination race in the years to come. I really believe that.
Well, we're there right now. I mean, we have 20 different countries in 35 different states. You've reached a certain level, and we're there. But we do know, like what you said before, is it's going to sell out quickly next year. We know that.
Oh,
we released this information. There you go. You're coming in, and there's the skyline over there. This is your road. This is our road. We're going to have it. Off to the right is our lane. This will be the lane we're in right now is cars only. Will be cars. The lane to the right is cyclist only. And then once we get up to Porter Avenue, the cops they'll stop traffic and they'll allow us to cross over Porter onto Bader Field and head into transition.
Oh, this is fantastic. Guys, I hope as you're spinning to this, you are getting excited. I hope you got your little calendar and you're marking, chalking off the days, because I really think that Robert and Steven have created something that is just going to be almost impossible to replicate the awesomeness.
Yeah, we're confident of that. and we're quietly confident of that. We know that what we have here, Atlantic City, is special. There is no other place like it in the world. There's nothing like it, and we're proud of it, and it has a lot of positive attributes, and we're going to show all those positive attributes. This is it. You're in the last quarter mile. Albany Avenue. Again, the right-hand side of the road is for cyclists. The left-hand side is for cars, and this will be under control the whole way. The Atlantic City Police Department does a phenomenal job of taking care of this road for us and making sure that it's safe. They do so in September for us. And right here, this light, this is us.
This is us, guys.
And we make a left back into Bader Field, and that's all she wrote.
Guys, when you pull in here, it's time to rack your bike, go on a little run, and go get your medals.
That's it.
Guys, for 140.6 Media, this is Rob and Steve Delmonte.
See ya.
See ya.